In this video, we will be studying general features of scapula, and in the end, I will explain you how you can remember all these things within 1 minute. Scapula, better known as shoulder blade, it is a bone which is present on the posterior aspect of the body. Scapula extends from second rib to seventh rib. The spine of the scapula, which is present on the posterior side, also divides scapula into two unequal parts. The upper part is called supraspinous fossa, and the inferior part is called infraspinous fossa. Scapula is a paired bone, and both the bones are mirror image of each other. It is a large, flat, rough triangular bone of the body which is wing shaped in structure. The body of the scapula is so translucent and thin that you can see beyond the bone. Scapula is a flat triangular bone of the body which is rough, and 17 muscles are attached to it, which makes it difficult to fracture. As the scapula is the attachment site for lots of muscle, but posteriorly it is freely floating. In this posterior lateral aspect of the scapula, you can see how thin it is, just like a chips, and there is almost no ribs attached to the scapula. It is not touching even single rib. As the scapula is not attached to so many structures, it became highly mobile, which provides lots of motion to the upper limb. Scapula has two bony attachments, one of which is shoulder joint. This joint is formed when the humerus is attached to the scapula. This joint has tremendous motion. Almost all kind of motions are possible, including circumduction up to 360 degree, and it is also known as glenohumeral joint. An articulation between the lateral end of the clavicle and the acromion of the scapula is called acromoclavicular joint. As no muscles are attached to the joint, all the motion is passive motion which is initiated by the movement of other joints. Moving forward, talking about general feature of scapula. First of all, processes of scapula. There are three number of processes. Acromion process. It is an anterior extension of spine of scapula. Coracoid process is a small hook-like structure to which part of bicep is attached. Spine of scapula crosses it obliquely and divides the scapula into two unequal parts. Another topic is border of scapula. Scapula has three borders: medial border, lateral border, and superior border. The medial border is also called vertebral border because it is near to the vertebra. It is the longest border. It extends from the superior angle to inferior angle. Lateral border is also called axillary border because it is near to the axilla as well as shoulder joint. It is the thickest border, begins from the lower margin of the glenoid cavity up to the inferior angle. Superior border is the shortest, thinnest, and most irregular border, and it extends from the medial angle to the base of the coracoid process. Our last topic is angles of the scapula. There are three angles in scapula. One is superior angle, anterior angle, and inferior angle. Drawing three dots at the three angle of the scapula and joining them together gives us a triangle. Superior border and medial border joins together and forms the angle. It is called superior angle or medial angle. Superior angle is thin, smooth, and round. On the other hand, inferior angle is thick and rough. Inferior angle is formed when the lateral and medial borders join together. Last one is lateral angle. It is also called anterior angle or glenoid angle. Superior border and lateral border joins together and forms lateral angle. In the lateral view, we can see a oval shaped structure which is called glenoid fossa. To glenoid fossa, upper part of the humerus is attached and it forms the shoulder joint. The trick to remember all the angles and border is try to imagine a scapula between your index finger and your thumb. Now we don't need this complex diagram, so we are going to replace this with a simple figure. We will do borders first. So the line which is near to the little finger is the lateral border. The line nearby thumb makes the medial border. Both the letters have one word common, which is M. It can be a good reminder. The line which is superior to both of the lines is the superior border. We have already discussed all the three angles using such kind of similar diagram. Angle A is most inferior angle, that's why it is called inferior angle obviously. Angle B denotes lateral angle because it is present on the lateral side. Superior angle forms at the junction of superior border and medial border, and the name superior angle and medial angle goes side by side.
This is all about this class. In next class, what do you want to study? Tell me.
Muscle attached to scapula, sure.
Okay, subscribe to BAMS Hub for upcoming videos.
See you soon, sure.